So we're here for the run chase here, chasing 150. Noor, Takaful. Openers Deepak and Mithun. Mithun is on strike. Score moves on to two of four deliveries. White signal by the umpire on that occasion. So it's Jasim, the attack bowler for National Health Insurance. Deepak, the man on strike. After the end of the first over, 3 for no loss, is Noor, Takaful. And they are chasing 150 in 20 overs. So some aggressive start required by National Health Insurance bowlers here for them to have come back in this contest. Some early wickets here will definitely help them to come back in this game. Let's see the bowler sharing the attack here. It's Manoj. Manoj sharing the new ball with so pulled away towards the towards the deep square leg region for a boundary. So the first boundary of the innings here for Noor Takaful, coming off the bat of Mithun, who stood back on the back foot and dispatched it towards the square leg region. Was quick to respond and very well picked up there. Did not offer much pace on that occasion, but yes, very important is that got to the pitch of the he picked up the length pretty early and pulled it towards the square leg region. Nicely driven, excellent effort by the fielder there. Excellent shot, rocking onto the back foot, and it is a boundary there. Noise from the willow, sweet, very sweet there, and playing it towards the cover region. 13 for no loss. The ball to go, or is that over? To wait. Again off the back foot. Ball racing away to the boundary. No one can stop that one. So 3 boundaries in this over. And score moves on to 17 for no loss after 2 overs. It's Muzammil who bowled the first overs back into the attack. So Deepak is on strike here, facing Muzammil. Uppercut on that occasion in the gap, and boundary there for Deepak. So a good start here, looking to finish things off early. They've got that start here, Deepak and Mithun. Mithun batting at on 14 of 8 deliveries with the help of 3 boundaries. And Deepak here is on strike, batting on 4 of 6. That was how he got off the mark. In the air, a slower delivery, and taken, deceived him in the air. He was committed to the shot pretty early, had no options but to just play as hard as he could, but did not manage to get enough contact with the bat. And as a result, losing a wicket here. So the first casualty for Noor Takaful. They have lost Deepak out in the third over of the match. Muzammil picking up the wicket. So out for 4 in 7 deliveries. Zishan into the attack, played upish and over the ropes for a six. Excellent shot there by Mithun. He is in an attacking mood here. Moves to 21. And that brings an over to the end. A decent over. Just conceded one in the first five deliveries. And then just went for a maximum in the last ball of the over. 4 overs, 31 for 1. And the bowler continues. Manoj, number 66. So Shehzad and Mithun increase. Coming down the track and placing it towards the mid-wicket region. Only a single on that occasion. Just crossing the 30-yard circle, and the fielder managed to cut it off. Beautiful ball, drifting it slightly after it pitched. A beautiful delivery there by Manoj, inviting the batsman to drive so that he can, have that opportunity of getting a snick to the wicketkeeper. But the batsman completely missing it, and luckily for him that he survives. And off the back foot, cutting it, and an excellent effort within inside the circle there. So Manoj to continue to Shahzad. Beautiful delivery. Batsman completely deceived. He had no clue there on that occasion that Shahzad. He was meditating that shot. Unfortunately, not the right length to pick it. And once again, Manoj coming. An excellent shot this time. Coming down the track, and it's a biggie. Half a dozen for Shahzad. What a shot. Excellent shot there. The moment the bowler released the ball, he was out down the track and dispatched it over the head of the cover fielder there. Sorry, the long off fielder. Big six. All important six to gain confidence here for Shahzad. The score moves on to 39 after 4.5. Once again, a beautiful delivery there by Manoj. Score moves on to 40 after 5, going at 8 and over. And that will be sufficient for them, as long as they keep scoring at 8 and over. They can go past to the total, what they're chasing. Score moves on to 40 for 1 after 5 overs. And we have Shehzad and Mithun. Mithun batting on 22 of 15 deliveries, and Shehzad 10 of 8. And what a six he hit in the previous over to Manoj. coming down the track and shortening the length, making it overpaced and hitting it towards the long off region. A big six. It's Muzammil continuing, 2 overs, 9 runs, and picked up a wicket of Deepak. And driving it perfectly in the gap. He favors that region towards extra cover and gets a boundary. Shahzad wanting to up the scoring here. So Muzammil conceding a boundary here. It's important for them to make use of this last over of the power play as much as possible in their favor. Because suppose that once the field is spread, it will get tougher for them and not be that easy for them to get towards the short point fielder there. That brings Mithun on strike. He's looking a confident batsman there. Has a good willow in his hand there. Got a boundary in the second over of the match, and that sounded sweet. And this is up in the air, and we'll have to wait for the decision of the umpire. That is a boundary signal by the umpire. A very good shot. The fielder going to chase the ball there. Zishan, left arm spinner, bowled a beautiful first over, except for the fact that he got hit for a six on the last ball by Mithun. That's where he gained a lot of confidence. And anything which is being pitched up to Mithun, he is trying to make most out of it. And we can see that from the previous confident looking shot there by Mithun. They are trying to counter attack Muzammil, who is in his third over, who went for just 9 runs in his first two and already conceded 10 in the first three of this particular over. Here is Mithun, steaming in. And this time playing it straight but not a confident looking shot. Did not time it properly. As a result, Nadeem just keeps it down to a single. Score goes out to 50 for 1 in 5.4. So 2 legal deliveries left in this last over of the power play. Two more balls left, yeah. A good slower delivery. Batsman reading it pretty nicely. Shy the bowler's end. And there is backup there. We'll have to see how they take it forward from here. This run chase, which they just require 99 runs. And Noor, National Health Insurance, they won the toss, elected to bat first. And all the teams that have won toss today, they were on the losing side. So that the changes in this game, if they have to make a strong comeback, they have to make a strong comeback if they want to change that stat, which has been falling since that morning. First game where Miller International won the toss, invited Marsh to come and have a bat first on a wet wicket. They managed to score about 191 runs, and in response, they lost by 12 runs. 13 runs did they Miller International. It should have been a comfortable win for them. They required just 28 runs of 3 overs, when in 2 good overs by Rahul Shrivastava and Suhail Zaki managed to bring them back in the game. So 14 was required in the last over, which they could not manage to score. Just 2 runs coming off it, and they convincingly winning the match. Did Marsh in Emirates by 12 runs. And then the second game, where Orient faced Adnik. Adnik again winning the toss, deciding to bat first, and he managed to score about 160 odd runs, and that was chased down by Orient Insurance in the mark of 17 overs. A convincing victory for them. And this time played it straight down the ground, no stopping that one. A boundary for Shahzad. Good shot, nicely picked up. Dispatching it straight down the ground. Number one, Shehzad of Noor Takaful. Mohammad Shehzad moved to 20 of 12 deliveries. And we have Mithun, who's again batting confidently on the other end, 27 of 18 deliveries. Zishan Ahmad into his second over, conceding 7 of the first over that he bowled. That the first 5 balls, he just gave away 1 run and then got hit for a 6 of the last ball of the over. And he's coming in for the. So, a poor delivery by Zishan. White signal by the umpire. Drifting down the leg, a bit slower in the air. Had that been on the pads, that would definitely disappeared out of the ground. The way Shehzad is batting at the moment. Cut away in the gap, straight to the sweeper cover fielder, and a single taken there. So brings Mithun on strike. 6.2, 57 for 1. Very comfortable position. Noor Takaful. Close call there by umpire. Signals in favor of the bowler. Punching it, just lofting it towards the cover region. Fielder in place. A lot of credit should be given to the cameramen who are just tracking the ball by ball tracking there. Excellent camera work here by the fielder, by the cameraman. And this Insurance Cricket League is brought to you by Crawford Adjusters. Not a wide signal by the umpire. Batsman coming to the line of the ball, closing that judgment line, the guideline which is there. It's not a wide line; it's a guideline. So this is a wide there, definitely. Yes, that is. So as we were saying, that's just a guideline. It's not a wide line. It is just a guide for the umpire for a batsman who is standing in his conventional position while playing a shot. Only then that line gets is into contention. It's considered only at that time. But if the batsman is playing in an unorthodox position, if he's switching his position just like Shehzad is doing before the release of the ball, that is where even the guidelines shifts, and that is an imaginary line that umpire has to create in his mind. And all credit should go to the umpires for it's a thankless job that he's doing, and doing it pretty nicely. We have the council umpires being affiliated with this Insurance Cricket League, and that is the beauty and of this particular tournament, wherein the organizers have tried to make things very simple, try to make it very clear, crisp, and very fair for all the teams that are participating. So a lot of credit should go to the organizers, Uttam, Gabriel, and Manish. Those are the backbone of the Insurance Premier League, Insurance Cricket League, and this is one of its kind that they have started getting all the insurance companies under one roof and making them play quality cricket under quality facilities here in Ajman Oval. So a lot of credit should be given to the facility management of this particular ground, Ajman Oval, especially Mr. Salman, who have managed to maintain excellent facilities here, including the outfield, the pitch, and the facilities outside the playing area. And this time he pounces onto it. A big six coming off the bat of Mithun. Six signal by the umpire. And Mithun getting maximum of that over pitch delivery by Khurram Ahmed. tossed up in the air, and in no time he pounced onto that opportunity, and there she sails over the rope. As you were saying, we'd like to thank all the sponsors who have supported this particular event. Crawford, Agisters being the giant sponsors. And here comes Kurup. And a shorter delivery in the gap, and that's a boundary there. I beg your pardon, it was well fielded there by the fielder. The fielder coming from the long on region and covering ground, enough ground, so that he can stop the ball from going to the ropes. So only a single on that occasion. So here we have Shazad, who's showing all the three stumps there, and a dot ball. A fairly decent comeback there by Puram after being hit for a six, a dot ball and a single then. So a single taken towards the long off region after 7.5, score is 67 for 1. So here comes Kuram for his last ball of this over. And this is and that's taken in the deep. Had he left that ball, it was a wide delivery. He went to fetch that ball, and he pays a price for it. It was a wideish delivery. Had he left it, umpire wouldn't have hesitated to call it a wide. And here goes the set batsman, Mithun. Looking dangerous. And nicely taken there by the fielder. So he's out, gone for 35 of 23 deliveries. He was looking dangerous. So जी आप अपने players को बोल सकते हो कि they can walk off. That's not a problem. Because they are waiting outside, inside the boundary, right? They can walk off. That's not a new batsman Tawakkal, the new batsman in for Tawakkal Abbas, number 14 here. So batsman not crossing over while the catch was taken, so that brings an over to the end. As a result, set batsman Shahzad is on strike. 8 overs, 67. They require to chase it at 7 and over from here. 72 deliveries, 83 required. Good attacking field setup here for by Zishan Ahmed. He went for 8 runs in his previous over. Good left arm spinner. Number 10, Zishan. Playing on the back foot there, an excellent shot. Signals as a boundary there. Umpire went onto the back foot, and what a beautiful way to get off the mark there. Tawakkal Abbas. Oh, sorry, it is Zishan. I beg your pardon. They're not in a single there, but Zishan rocking onto the back foot and nicely picking the length of the ball and punching it towards the extra cover region. And the fielder protecting that area could not manage to hold on to it. So there are 3 fielders covering the offside region there. There's an extra cover. There's a sweeper cover in place. There is an extra cover inside the circle. And there is a long off in place as well. So quite a surprising unorthodox field setup here for Zishan Ahmed against Shehzad. So again cutting it towards the sweeper cover region. Single taken. Nicely played towards the house corner. And looking for two. Yes, they complete two. Good running between the wickets there. Tawakkal Abbas gets off the mark with a couple. So already 7 of the over. Score now 74 for 2 in 8.4. Looking for a slog there towards the mid-wicket region. Had he just lofted it towards the offside, I think he could have got a maximum out of that. But a wrong shot selection, dot ball for Zishan. This time, a good shot, one bounce and a boundary signaled by the umpire. The moment it left the bat, that was getting to the ropes for sure. Just missing half a dozen by a couple of inches there. Score moves on to 78. 78 in 9 overs. 8.33. This is the current run rate that they are cruising at. And let me remind the viewers who have joined us now that National Health Insurance, they had won the toss and they elected to bat first to put on 149 to 7 in their 20 overs quota. 150 is what they have to chase. Another 72 runs required. 72 runs required in 11 overs. So just about 6 and over, probably 6.5 and over required for National Noor Takaful. In the air. Will this be taken? No, it's clean. Clean as a whistle. Over the ropes for a 6. Excellent shot by Shahzad. He's been the man for Noor Takaful with the bat, with the ball. Been quite consistent with the ball as well. Conceded only 17 odd runs in his 4 overs spell and picked up 2 wickets. And it is Khurram who wants to change the sides, coming right around the wicket to Shahzad. It's in the gap again, and fielder Nadeem could not do much about it. That's a boundary signal by the umpire. A beautiful looking shot there by Shahzad. Look at his technique. He gives a lot of room to himself, to the bowler, so that he can attack the stumps, and then he covers it up, covers the line, and then tries to play it on the onside. So how beautifully does he pick those shots? I think he usually stands at the 4th or 5th wicket line. If we go back to the other angle of other camera angle, let him get back onto the batting stance, and then we'll be able to in a better position to make it out. Yes, if you can see the gap between the pads and the stumps, driven straight down the ground, straight to Muzammil. Ball just ricocheting off his thighs onto his face. I hope he's not injured himself. Here you see, if you see this batsman is playing an orthodox stance in the air and just falling within the 30-yard circle there. Jassim, the wicket keeper for National Health Insurance. Playing it back to straight down the ground, and only a single on that occasion. Did time it pretty nicely there, and that brings it over to That brings an end to over number 10, and there will be change of ends here. Will that be change of fortunes for Team National Insurance? Noor Takaful looking in a commanding position here, and will that be change of fortunes coming in favor of National Health Insurance? The ends have not meant has been a lot of made a lot of difference in this in previous occasions. This this is the 12th time that the ends have changed here on this particular day. Twice every inning, four times every game, and this is the fourth game. I beg your pardon. This is the third game in progress here. This is the last time the end will be changed for the day. Insurance Cricket League brought to you by Crawford Edgesters. We would like to thank Mr. Derek, Mr. Ansar, and Mr. Suresh for supporting this beautiful game of cricket, supporting the sport which involves gentlemen, and this being a corporate tournament involves a lot of gentlemen of different level, and that takes an inner edge there, and nothing stopping that one. That's a boundary for Noor Takaful and to Shahzad. So he moves on to 43 with that help of that boundary. It seems to be the backbone of this team, Noor Takaful. Mohammad Shahzad moves on to 43 of 26 deliveries. Very good delivery. Not out, says the umpire. Umpire is not interested. Lokesh, the bowler. And that has taken a thick outside edge, and the ball is raced away for a boundary. So he looks in a hurry here, Shahzad. He wants to finish it off in a grand style. He's hungry for that net run rate. That will play an important role as the tournament progresses towards the later stage. And in a commanding position here, Noor Takaful, 99 for 2 in 10.3. And this time towards the coverage in, and that brings up his 50. 50 for Shahzad. What a knock. Excellent knock here by Shahzad. His attacking batting display has made things pretty easy for Noor Takaful. Widest delivery there. Yes, umpire not hesitating, calling it as a wide there. And this time, placing it towards the coverage, and the fielder doing an excellent job there, but single taken. There's a ball left in this over. The scorer is mistaken. Up in the air. There's a fielder now in place there for Virla. $105 in 11 overs. 105. Or 104, I beg your pardon. So it's Nadeem who has been brought into the attack here. Spinner. Driven straight down the ground. Fielders in place. Wide delivery there by Nadeem, just trying to get away from the range of the batsman there, and left left alone there by the batsman on that occasion. Wide. That's a full toss on offer, and looks like it's going to be a six. Yes, it is. So Shehzad in no mood to spend time there on the wicket. He just wants to wrap it up pretty quickly. After 11.2, scores 112, 38 more required, 52 deliveries, 8 wickets in hand. And how beautifully has Shehzad batted here. It's an edge there, and the ball is racing away to the boundary. Can the fielder stop it? I doubt he can. Yes, the ball wins the race there. And getting a boundary there, Shehzad. 62, he moves on to out 33 balls. What a knock he has played. And once again, the bowler just trying to bowl it away from his reach. This time up in the air. Fielder interested, but the interest is of no use. The ball sails over his head. 123 for 2. And that aggressive approach is definitely doing a lot of good for their net run rate. As soon as this game finishes, that will definitely help Team Noor Takaful. If at all this tournament gets on to a different position altogether, again a good shot. tossed up in the air straight to the field. That should have been dispatched anywhere. He would have felt like it was a very loose delivery, but he's held on to his nerves. The batsman Tawakkal Abbas does not just want to give it away. Here comes Zishan into the attack. Up in the air, fielders underneath it, but it sails over his head once again. 130. And Zishan is in no mood to spare anything that comes in his range. He wants to finish it off pretty quickly. 6 to start the 13th. 130 for 2. Driven hard, and straight to the fielder there. This time towards the cover region, straight to the fielder there. This intent of Shehzad was lacking in the batting of National Health Insurance. No mood to hit big shots. Once again towards the cover region. Single taken. To wait for the signal of the umpire. White signal there on that occasion. $133, so 17 more required. Up in the air, there's a chance there. The fielder coming underneath it, just dropping between the fielders. So only a single taken. That brings it over to the end. 135 after 13 overs. Certainly, Tawakkal Abbas will be on strike for the start of the 14th over. He looks tired there, Shehzad. Bowled 4 beautiful overs and then his fantastic knock of 77 of 38 deliveries. What a knock he has played. Brilliant. Single-handedly taking the team through. And there's a change in the bowling, it seems. And Kamal Khan has been introduced into the attack. Change in the bowling. He'll be up for his first over. The opening batsman of National Health Insurance. Loud appeal. I think the batsman was inside, even though his bat came a bit late, but I think his foot was inside there on that occasion. Coming down the track, but just completely missing the length there. It always usually gets difficult for a good technical batsman to play such deliveries that just come outside off the hand of the bowler and above the length of the eye. And this time he smashes it towards the square leg region. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire. It's a six. Umpire Bari signals it as a six. What a good shot that was from Shehzad. 83 not out of 39 deliveries. What an innings he has played here. Marshalling the troops single-handedly here. Shehzad. Excellent batsman, an excellent bowler, an all-round cricketer. In the air, and once again, half a dozen. Mr. Bari, Umpire Bari signals as a six. The 148, two more runs. Two more runs required. I think there is a change of ball being requested there. Two more runs required. Two balls left in this over. Can they finish it off here? Shehzad batting on 89 of 40 deliveries. What a knock. Shehzad has played here. There's two runs required. Can he finish it off here? Wide signal by the umpire there. Yes, that is. So scores level here. Can he finish it off with a maximum here? And the game is over here. Wide is signaled by the umpire, and that brings a match to an end. And that is it from the game. Noor Takaful, convincing victory here for them. In 13.4 overs, they have chased 150. And let's go to the summary of the game. What a fantastic batting display here by Shehzad. It's from the first innings, National Health Insurance, they just managed to score 149. Zishan Ahmed was the top scorer there, 31 of 32 deliveries. Jasim Mohammad, 26 of 27. Nadeem Siddiqui, 22 of 15. And the bowlers of Noor Takaful in the first inning, Mohammad Danish picking up 2 in 4 overs, 32 runs. Mohammad Salim, 2 wickets, 32 runs and in 4 overs. And Mohammad Shehzad, once again, conceding 17 runs in his 4-over quota and picking up 2 wickets. Coming to the second innings of Noor Takaful, Mohammad Shehzad scoring 89 of 40 deliveries, unbeaten. Mithun Prabhakaran, 35 of 24. Tawakkal Abbas, 11 of 11. And coming to the bowlers, just not their day. Noor National Health Insurance, Khurram Ahmed, 2 overs, 1 wicket, 21 runs conceded. Muzammil, 1 over, 3 overs, 1 wicket, and 20 runs conceded. Kamal Khan, 0.4, 15 runs conceded. And we have the result of the game. Noor Takaful winning the match by 8 wickets, 6.2 overs to spare. And the batting summary of this innings: Deepak out, cotton bowled Muzammil for 4 of 7 deliveries. Mithun Prabhakaran caught by Veerla of the bowling of Khurram Ahmed, 35 of 24 deliveries, and Mohammad Shehzad unbeaten on 89 of 40. That innings turned the table around for Noor Takaful and Tawakkal Abbas, 11 deliveries with 11 extras. Game chased down in 13.4 overs. Going to the bowling summary of Noor Takaful. Uh, National Health Insurance. Muzammil, 3 overs 20, 1 wicket. Manoj, 2 overs 22 without a wicket. Zishan, 4 overs 37 without a wicket. Khurram Ahmed, 2 overs 21 runs, a wicket. Virla, 1 over 13 without a wicket. Nadeem Siddiqui, 1 over 20 without a wicket. And Kamal Khan, 4 balls conceding 15 runs without a wicket. In all, 7 bowlers being used and 11 extras being shared among them. So that's the end of the game here. Fantastic end to this match. Convincing performance. And that brings the game to an end. That is a summary for you. And that's the end of today's game. 3 games being played. The first one between Miller International and Marsh Emirates, where Marsh Emirates won the game. Close encounter, a nail-biting finish there, won by 12 runs. Then the game between Adnick and Orient Insurance. Orient Insurance managed to seal that convincingly in 17 overs. And here we have National Health Insurance playing Noor Takaful, and Noor Takaful winning the game by 8 wickets. So all in all, the team that won the toss have been on the losing side today. That's it from Ajman Ovals here. This is me, Asim, signing off for the day. Thank you very much.